Hello and welcome to Kendra Cooks Food. I am Kendra and this is my first video on the channel. I am very new to the creator side of YouTube. I worked as a professional cook for several years, and these days I mostly only cook for my toddler and myself. I hope to show people that it can be easy to make healthy, home-cooked meals that yield a limited mess and less time spent laboring in the kitchen. In this video, I'm cooking a coconut curry-inspired dish. So off we go. As a side note, though, I want to mention that I don't really follow recipes. I just kind of improvise with what I already know from growing up. My mom was a good cook, and I also worked in the restaurant industry for over a decade. But I'll put a little recipe in the doobly-doo based on what I did in this video. And please excuse my dirty kitchen. Honestly, this whole video is kind of a trial run for me, learning how to record videos of cooking, how to edit them, all that stuff. I just kind of decided I was going to throw it all together. So you get to see the real life kitchen of a real life single mother who takes care of the toddler full time. All right, off we go. So to start with, I am using an Instant Pot and putting it on the saute function, as you can see right there. All right, and then I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to the pot. And then I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of curry powder. There's the curry powder. About 1 teaspoon of cumin. There's the cumin. About 1 teaspoon of cardamom. There's the cardamom. About a tablespoon of garlic powder because I forgot to buy fresh garlic. And about a half a tablespoon or so of ginger powder because I also forgot to buy fresh ginger. There's the ginger powder. I diced 1 onion. You can use any kind of onion. I just happen to have a red onion. And cook it for about 3 or 4 minutes until it's softer. If you have fresh garlic and ginger, you can use those too. Just add them in when the onion is nearly done cooking and only cook them for like a minute. I just forgot to buy them fresh, so I used the powders that I already have on hand. In a moment in the video, I'll do what is called deglazing, which is where you add a liquid to the pan after sautéing, and it helps to get off the stuck-on pieces off the bottom and incorporate their cooked flavor into the dish, and also prevent them from sticking to the bottom of the pan. As you can see in the video, I did this with soy sauce, about a tablespoon, and the rest of the stuck-on bits came up after I added in a can of diced tomatoes that were drained but not fully dry. So in the video, you can see me kind of scraping little bits off the bottom. And that is what deglazing is. Oh, there's my ugly kitchen. And there's the tomatoes. And there you can see kind of the steam and the liquid helps the rest of the little bits come off the pan. All right, and then next I added about 1 cup of frozen spinach. I would have put a little more, but that's how much I had. And then I put in 1 can of baby corn, drained. It was in my pantry and I wanted to use it. I also, it took a very poor video of this, but I was adding about a cup or so of mashed sweet potatoes. Again, I had them and I wanted to use them for something. This clip goes on for far too long, in my opinion, but I don't know how to trim it down and stir it around. And then I turned off the saute function. I couldn't find the button even though my thumb was hovering on it. So yeah. And then I added in a can of full-fat coconut milk. You can use low-fat if you're following a low-fat diet. Stirred that around, and then I added a can of drained cooked chickpeas. Stir those around. I had to then add about 2 cups of vegetable broth, which the one I have is the garlic-based Better Than Bouillon, but any broth works. I had to add extra liquid because sometimes there's not enough liquid and the Instant Pot won't pressurize. So you have to make sure there's enough liquid. There I am showing the Better Than Bouillon. I didn't record it, but I added about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then finally, I added in 1 bay leaf, or rather 2/2 of a bay leaf, and put it on the top. Make sure that the nozzle is in the sealing position. And then I set the Instant Pot to the manual setting for 5 minutes. At the end, I let it natural pressure release for 7 minutes, but I think about 5 minutes is good. And then release the rest of the steam manually, which in the video I showed you that you can see that the steam built up. Then I also cooked some microwaved quick jasmine rice because I'm lazy and it's useful. So anyway, I taste tested the curry. It needed some salt, and I added together about, I don't know, a tablespoon and a half of salt. Just add as much as you need for it to taste right. So there's the final reveal. When I first opened the lid, the spinach was all at the top, but it's all good. I stirred it all in there. And then I made the plates, or rather the bowls, which you'll see in just a moment. Altogether, this recipe is super versatile, and you can add any vegetables you want to it, add different seasonings, make it spicy, anything really. I put some lime on top. I should have got some cilantro and or green onion, but I also forgot to buy those. Oh yeah? Is it toddler approved? Yeah.